Hi, I'm Steve Ferroli, and I hope you are enjoying my presentation of Saving Youth Baseball. I'd like to remind you to like our Facebook page, Ted Williams Baseball League, and also would like to remind you that all the Saving Youth Baseball clips will be presented in chronological order at the website address below. When we talk about the man-sized ball in the youth game, it's important to go back and revisit the medical condition I talked about called Little League elbow. Now, Little League elbow is basically a micro tear of the tendon away from the elbow over a course of time. And while it is most common in young pitchers, it's also important to realize that it affects all players, all positions between the ages of 8 and 14. That is to say that the youth player throwing the man-sized ball is doing too much work. Now, when I say work, I mean in relation to the way physics would define work. And while there's more to it than this, and we'll talk about this in a later clip, work for this purpose will be a force applied to an object to move that object. In this case, the object, being the man-sized ball, requires the young player to just add too much force, to apply too much force, too much oomph, too much push, too much drive, too much gunpowder, more than he should have to in the youth game. And this added amount of force is just too much for a young, undeveloped elbow and shoulder. Now, there is another factor here as well. You may remember in an earlier clip where I said the field was shortened to appease or to help the weaker throws of a boy throwing a man-sized ball. Well, when we shorten the field, what we do is we now change the ratio between the fielder and the runner, the offense and the defense. What happens is the runner in general is not running far enough, and the fielder now is rushing his play, rushing his throw with a man-sized ball. This fact in turn also removes some common plays from the game. For example, a ground ball hit right at the pitcher or the third baseman or the second baseman where he kind of bobbles it a little bit, he really should have time to recover and throw most runners out. In the traditional format, most times these runners are safe. In an earlier clip, I talked about Band-Aids which are found in the youth game or put on the youth game, which are rules or adjustments to try to make a flawed system appear to run smoothly or to run unflawed. And what might be better said is that the flawed system tends to breed these Band-Aids. Every action has a reaction. So what is missing from the format tends to breed these Band-Aid rules or actions or consequences. There is another Band-Aid that is found because of the man-sized ball on the smaller field. And that is, in the traditional format, all the players tend to play much closer to the batter than what is customary in the mother game. It's almost as if the youth fielder has the horrible choice of, do I play back, increase my range so I can get to more plays, only to find out I don't have the distance on my throw or the time to throw the runner out? Or should I move in and give up a bunch of range and not get to as many balls, but get some where I can throw the runner out? He can't win. And the reason is, out of scale ball, out of scale field. I hope you have enjoyed this portion of Saving Youth Baseball. I'd like to remind you again to like our Facebook page, Ted Williams Baseball League, and also remind you that all Saving Youth Baseball clips will be presented in chronological order at the website below. I'm guessing there'll be 12 to 20 before I'm done. I try to keep them about 4 minutes long. I'm Steve Ferroli. Get a good pitch to hit.